Greetings, mathematicians. Today we're looking at example 4b. We have a algebraic fraction minus another algebraic fraction, and the first thing we do is always factor the denominators, and both of these can be factored further. So I am going to rewrite them over here. 3t minus 2, and I only focus on the denominators because I need an LCD before I can do anything with the numerators. So t squared plus 4t minus 12 can be factored further. It's AC method, easy algebra 1, factorable quadratic. The two numbers that multiply to give me negative 12, but when I add them, give me positive 4, are going to be positive 6 and negative 2. So in the denominator, t plus 6 times t minus 2. And I'm going to extend that fraction bar to show what's in the numerator from the denominator. And here I have a minus sign that separates the fraction. 5 in the numerator, and the GCF is 2 between these two terms, so it's 2 times t plus 6, t plus 6, 2 times t is 2t, 2 times 6 is 12, and now I can identify my LCD. It is the product of the unique factors. Normally we start with numbers first, so 2 is the first unique factor. Only shows up once, only shows up to the first power, that's it. T plus 6 is a unique factor, so times t plus 6. It shows up in both denominators, each of them to the first power, so it's up to the first power in the LCD. And t minus 2 shows up, and this denominator only needs to show up one time to show up in our LCD. So now I'm going to rewrite these fractions so that way I have an LCD. So 3t minus 2 divided by t plus 6 times t minus 2. I need to multiply that by a ratio to get my LCD of 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2. That ratio is going to be 2 over 2. 2 times these two factors gives me the LCD, and if I multiply the denominator by 2, multiply the numerator by 2. And then I'm going to separate the minus, or I'm going to write my minus sign to separate my fractions. 5 over 2 times t plus 6, that's this second fraction over here, times my common ratio of t minus 2 over t minus 2. That will give me my LCD. So now what I really have is 3t minus 2 times 2, and because multiplication is commutative, I'm actually going to write it this way: 2 times 3t minus 2 divided by 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2 minus, and then I'm going to show the multiplication here, 5 times t minus 2, 5 times t minus 2 divided by 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2. And now I can go ahead and do the multiplication here. So this is going to equal 6t minus 4 in this numerator, 6t minus 4 in that numerator there, and I'm going to subtract it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and write the fraction bar, since the denominator is going to be 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2. I'm going to subtract 5t minus 10. So let's take care of this math first before I take care of the subtraction sign. So here it's 5t minus 10. That needs to go in parentheses. 5t minus 10 needs to go in parentheses because that's the product of 5 times t minus 2. But I'm subtracting this product, so I'm subtracting this. So there's a lot of math that you need to be careful with the steps that you take. So what I really have minus 5t, and I really have plus 10. And so I'm going to write that over here, 6t minus 4 minus 5t plus 10, all of that divided by 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2. And this simplifies. 6t minus t is just 1t. Minus 4 plus 10 is plus 6. Divide that by, well, let's actually extend that because that denominator is 2 times t plus 6 times t minus 2. And we're not done. We're almost done. the t minus 6 is identical to the t plus 6 is identical to t plus 6 in numerator and denominator. So that those factors simplify to 1 over 1, and your final answer for this problem is 1 divided by 2 times t minus 2. And that's how you do example 4b.